Hello everyone, Arkajuyo here, and today I'm coming back to you with an updated Pendulum Magician Zephyr deck profile. I haven't done one of these before with Zephyr. The last one was just pure Magician, and I took a lot of inspiration from a list made by Nerd Factor. I did my own changes on it, and obviously that list is outdated now with stuff like LP being banned. So I decided to just scrap the whole idea and just remake the list. And I think I've actually found some pretty good synergies and stuff. I really like how this deck has been performing for me. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. So first of all, we're playing 3 Dark Worm. It's probably the best card in the deck. It's a good foolish target, it's a good discard, it's amazing. It specials stuff from the grave, it searches a low scale, it does everything. To search it, I'm playing 2 Rev Dragon. I opted to play 2 Rev Dragon instead of 3 because I felt like you need Dark Worm in hand plus a way to get it out of your hand in order to maximize it. So I'd rather maximize on the ways to get it into the graveyard than just to get it into the hand. But I still feel like Rev Dragon is an important piece because it can also search other things. Like I am playing 1 copy of Luster Penned, and that does come up sometimes. But yeah, and then the search target, the low scale, is obviously Gate 0. Next, into the Magicians, we play 3 Harmonizing. This card is insane. It is E-Telly. On summon, it's a tuner. Yeah, you can't use it for any of the summons except links, unless using another magician, but that doesn't usually come up because you just summon it, summon another one, and then use that for your plays. For the 1-Os, we have 1 White Wing, 1 Celestial, 1 Double Iris. These are the level 4s. I opted for a low scale level 4, plus it is another tuner, because we are playing Halki Fibrex. I'm not playing any targets for Double Iris. This should honestly be Purple Poison. But, yeah, I just feel like, the Double Iris should definitely be Purple Poison. Celestial, its effect is insane. Like, I've had games where I've Meteor Burst summoned Celestial from the scale, and then just Azathoth my opponent so they couldn't hand trap me anymore. But, yeah, that's also a really good interaction. Celestial searches in the end phase as well if you summon it off. If you don't summon off of Harmonizing, negate its fix. And then for higher levels, I'm playing 1 Dragon Caller and 1 Oath Dragon. I wanted 2 more low scales because the Zephyr engine is 9 times out of 10 you're using it to get a high scale. So I opted to play more low scales than high scales, and I did a level 7 and a level 6 because I am playing Tuning Magician. So these 2 make a level 7, and then you can make your Odd Eyes Absolute. Or this plus this can go into a Synchro 8, which I think is really good. And then moving on to our Zephyr engine, 3 Zephyrath, 2 Zephyranyu, 1 Zephyraxton, and 1 Zephyraxi. I think 2 Zephyranyu is a bit overkill. I should definitely be cutting one of these for a Zephyr Thubin as another low scale. But I did notice that I had plenty of access to low scales, but I would like a level 4 low scale. The reason I'm playing Zephyraxi is I can use Chain Block Zephyranyu, it's a low scale. I can turn things into tuners. So like if I pen summon Zephyraxton, I can turn Zephyraxton into a tuner, synchro these 2 into Meteor Burst, and summon like Gate 0 for my scale, and then I have an Absolute. But yeah, and also Zephyraxi recycles itself, so you always have a low scale if you have access to your Zephyr engine. And then next I am playing an Endymion engine, or I guess a Spell Counter engine. I'm playing 1 Servant, 3 Abductor for the main ones, and 1 Jackal King and 1 Mighty Master. I originally wasn't playing Mighty Master. I don't agree with playing Zephyra and Endymion in the same deck, at least not as the majority engine of both of them. It originally started out with just 3 Abductor, and then as the deck grew to 60 cards, I realized, well, if I'm triggering Magical Abductor plenty of times to search what I need, I could also play Servant and these 2 to get extra board presence. I'm not playing level 1 to search off of Abductor. You could easily side deck Droll, you could even main deck a copy of Droll just in case. But yeah, this is just for monster negates, and this is just for spell trap negates. Endymion's, most of theirs are level 7. The spell counter thing doesn't come up unless you have like Servant and Abductor, because I'm usually not ending with something with spell counters besides Endymion. But yeah, it's there just in case. And then for the last Pendulum also we do play 1 Luster Penned. It's searchable off of Dual Silence, it's searchable off of Rev Dragon. It's It's a good card. It's a level 4 tuner. It's a good way to turn, yeah, you can make Hulk with it. It's a level 4. I guess you can't use it for things except Link Summons unless you're using a Draco Slayer monster. Which, I'm not playing Ignis Your Prominence in this list. I thought about it for a while and I debated it, but I just feel like the options in the extra deck are so much better than, Ignis Your Prominence. Then the only hand trap we play is 3 Gamma, 1 Driver. It's 60 cards, so it doesn't come up very much. It's mainly for going first. Because, if you activate Pen Call, Pitch Darkworm, and your opponent doesn't Ash when they have it, then, they're making an incorrect play. This is basically here to just punish your opponent for making the correct play. Pen Call, Pitch Darkworm is probably one of the scariest things people who have played for a while will see. So they're going to Ash it. You just Gamma them. You rip their hand. You get so much advantage. Because you can easily just turn it into Omega, rip a card out of their hand, and then summon your Darkworm and pop off from there. And then, a little interesting tech I added 3 Alistair. It's searchable in this deck, and it's also a really good normal summon. Because I noticed I've been ending my combos without using my normal summon, so I was like, okay, well, what normal summon can I put in here that will do something? So I decided to play Alistair. Just, because Mechaba and Caliga are both really good cards to end on turn 1. But, yeah, not much more explanation needed. And then on to the spells. 3 Dragon Shrine, 1 Foolish, you get access to your Darkworm easier. Not much to say about that. 3 Pen Call, 3 Duelist Alliance, because the Magicians are the best part of this deck. Harmonizing is insane, you need to see it. Zephyr Engine, we have 3 Oracle, 3 Providence, 1 Terraforming. Yeah, not much to say. 3 Mastery, 1 Upstart, and 1 Invocation. Now, I know that the monster count is very high compared to the spell count, and you might be saying, oh, well, you're never going to get your Servant or Abductor off. Well, that's the beauty of the Zephyr Engine, because you can go, if you absolutely need to get the Servant off, and you don't mind missing out on Divine Strike or War, which is the last 2 cards we play, you can just go Zephyron you, add Providence add Oracle, and that's 2 spell counters right there, plus the Zephyr, so that's 3 on your Servant. And then moving on to the extra deck, for Link 2s we have IP and Hulk. IP is honestly mostly sometimes used as just a generic Link 2. I'm not usually ending on it. In fact, I'm debating cutting this for a Lina, because it does come up a lot. I sometimes wish I was playing Lina instead of IP. Hulk, Summon Tuning, it's insane. It's a 1-card Selene, or it makes things into 1-card Selenes. Link 3s, we have Unicorn and Selene. These 2 cards right here, Unicorn and Selene, could probably be cut for something more useful. I probably could be playing an Ignis to Prominence. I could be playing another rank 4. I just feel like it comes up. I did play this deck a lot against Pure Zoo, so I was always ending on IP back then, but now that Dryden's banned, I don't see that deck as much. So I don't fear just the normal summon Zoo as much. Link 4s, we have Apollo, Avermax, going first, going second. I'm not playing Boral Sword. This could be an access code if you're so inclined. I like Avermax a little more, though. They both only require 2+ monsters. That's the reason I cut Boral Sword for Avermax, because I just wasn't making it at all. But, yeah. And then Synchros, we have Meteor Burst. It's a level 7 Synchro for Absolute plays, and it summons one of your scales. So you can easily go Meteor Burst, summon Negate 0, overlay into Absolute, and then you're gaming. Dragite. I was originally playing Borderlord Savage, and then I realized, wait, I'm never putting a Link monster in the grave before I want a Synchro 8. And you're usually always going to have a Water Engrave with Hulk, or your Absolute, or even a Dweller if it's later game. And Dragite actually has kind of a double use in this deck. Not really, it's come up once. But you summon Dragite, and then you activate its effect to Excavate 5, and your opponent's like, oh, well, he's probably not playing any rocks. You Excavate a Zephyrath, and you get to bounce a card to control. It actually won me a couple games recently, and it was very funny to see. And then 1 Omega, just to complement the Gamma package. Xyz, we have Time Start, this is what can search your Alistair. Dweller, just as another rank 4. And then Absolute. I was originally playing Tornado Dragon as well, but once I put the Invoked engine, I ended up having to cut that because it wasn't coming up as much as Dweller was. Fusions, we have Vortex, Mechaba, and Caliga. Pretty self-explanatory. Vortex is summoned off of Absolute, and then these two are your invoked cards. But yeah, it was a deck profile. Hope you enjoyed it. 60 card Zephyra Magicians, invoked Endymion, kind of. I really like this deck. It's been performing well. But yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys have a good one. I will see you all next time.